Hi Logan and Evan, welcome to Spending Time with Aunt Debbie today. Logan, this is special for you because this book is called The Shiniest Star. And this used to belong to Aunt Debbie and your Pop when we were little boys and girls. And I think you'll just love this story. You might want to share with Pop that Aunt Debbie has this book. I don't know if he remembers it or not. But it was always one of my favorite Christmas stories that our mom used to read to us. Looking for the shiniest star. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Well, some special little angels, just the very smallest size, used to have the job of shining all the stars up in the skies. An alarm clock rang at sundown when most children go to bed, waking Pigtails, waking Crew Cut, and waking little Touslehad. They would yawn and take their shower baths. Pigtails had her hair to do. Then they would all get very busy, shining stars the whole night through. Little angels often argue over whose wings are the whitest, or who can fly the fastest, and of course, over whose star is the shiniest. Whose is brightest? As in answer, two small voices shouted, "Mine!" just like Pigtails and little Crew Cut. But poor Touslehad was worried. "My star doesn't seem to shine. Theirs are bigger. Theirs are better. Look at theirs, so twinkly bright." And a tear fell down from heaven like a raindrop in the night. While the other two were telling just how bright their stars could glow, Touslehad kept busy shining, even the back that did not show. "Why, of course, my star is brightest," lazy little Pigtail said. "I don't really need to shine it. I can just go back to bed. Once when I was busy sleeping, frightened voices wakened me. I looked down and saw a sailboat, lost and sinking in the sea. Waves kept coming big and bigger, and the night was very dark. They just couldn't see the shoreline, but what they did see was a shark. Then my star came to the rescue. That's what shining stars are for, 'cause it lighted all the ocean so those men could find the shore. What a bright star," they kept saying, and I certainly was proud as I finished up my cat nap underneath a fleecy cloud. Touslehad was so discouraged, hearing all that Pigtails said. But you know who kept on working? That's right, you guessed it, little Touslehad. So he kept on shining his star while the other two were bragging about how shiny their stars are. Next, the little Crew Cut angel stopped his work and said with pride, "Listen! My star saved two children, lost and wandering side by side. It was midnight in the forest. They were scared and so afraid. But my star shone through the darkness. I was helping them to see." "Look, that star's as bright as daylight. I'm not frightened," said the girl. "Those aren't bears, they're deer and rabbits. That's no wolf. Why, it's just a squirrel." And the boy said, "Now the starlight makes the night so bright and clear. There's the pathway to our garden, so our home is very near." Yes, sirree, I really helped them, and I guess they're glad all right that I kept my star so shiny they could get home in its light. Touslehad said very sadly, "Dearest little star of mine, I still love you, though I'm certain you will never, ever shine." That's sad. Poor little Touslehad. Suddenly, the little angels looked around with great surprise, for a brilliant light was shining. Many angels filled the skies, and the song that they were singing will be often sung again, for it gave the world a promise Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Looking down, the little angels saw the shepherds and their sheep gathered round the baby Jesus by a manger, fast asleep. Only Touslehad was bashful. Here where everything is bright, my small star and I aren't wanted. Guess I'll fly away tonight. Looking downward through the darkness to a country dim and far, Touslehad saw men and camels, looking upward at the star. They were lonely, lost, and helpless, seeking something far away, when the shining star above them made the three wise men stop and say, "It's the star that God has promised, star of guidance, star of love." Touslehad thought, "Am I dreaming? Is that my star they're speaking of?" Slowly, Touslehad kept flying back to Bethlehem once more, knowing it was baby Jesus that these men were looking for. When at last they reached the manger with the star as bright as day, pausing there above the Christ child, Touslehad heard voices say, "See the star? The star of Christmas? It's the brightest and the best. Of all heaven's little angels, guess which one was happiest?" You're right, it was Touslehad. When the Christmas star is shining in the dark blue sky at night, maybe Touslehad's still working, proud and glad to keep it bright. I love that little story, and I think Touslehad is such a neat little angel. Well, I hope you have a great evening. Love you guys. Bye-bye.